What's up, everyone? Welcome to the video. Hope you're doing really well. So yes, I bought Cedar Point, and using Google Maps here, this is what I'm going to do to fix it. But before we get into the video, I'd like to tell everybody about a giveaway that I'm doing on the channel. Alright, so what am I giving away? Well, I'm going to give away a Cedar Point t-shirt. Okay, any t-shirt you want that Cedar Point sells, whether it be of a specific ride or roller coaster, or just something that says Cedar Point on it. Okay, if you win the giveaway, you get to choose whatever t-shirt you want. So, how do you enter yourself into the giveaway? Well, 2 easy steps. Number 1, subscribe to the channel. And then number 2, drop any comment on this video. So your comment can be about how great my channel is, or you can just write the letter J. Alright, just comment anything you want. Be subscribed to the channel, and you'll be entered in to the giveaway in order to win a free t-shirt from Cedar Point. Alright, and then I'm going to have the random drawing on May 7th. The park opens a week later, so I'll have the drawing on May 7th. One of you will win. I'll get in contact with you, and we'll go from there. But again, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment on this video. That enters you in to this giveaway. Alright, so back to what I'm going to do to Cedar Point after buying it. Well, I didn't actually buy Cedar Point, obviously. It's a publicly traded company, Cedar Fair, so one person can't buy it. But what I did do is I bought 1 share of stock from Cedar Fair. So that obviously gives me the power to do whatever I want to the park, right? Well, again, wrong. No, I don't have that kind of power just by buying 1 share. So this video is a hypothetical, obviously. It's what I would like to see happen at Cedar Point. I think everything that I'm going to list here is 100% realistic. Now, is it realistic that it's all going to happen at Cedar Point? No, absolutely not. I'm not even sure one of these things will happen at Cedar Point. But this is kind of my dream of what I would like Cedar Point to look at. And I'm going to kind of show you what it's going to look like using Google Maps here. Okay, so for the first thing that I would do to Cedar Point is I would take this area of beach here on the eastern side, and I would make it a boardwalk. Alright, so boardwalk start probably be about right there, and the boardwalk finish, probably about right there. So this whole stretch of beach I would turn into a boardwalk. And you could enter the boardwalk through the entrance and exit points that are already here. So right here by gatekeeper, and then right here. So you could enter the boardwalk and leave the boardwalk into the park by those 2 points. And then other additions to the boardwalk, what I would do is I would have 3 piers sticking out into Lake Erie. If they can build a pier from Galveston out into the Gulf of Mexico, they can do it into Lake Erie. So Pier 1 would be right there, Pier 2 kind of in the middle, and Pier 3 down at the bottom. And then you could have bridges and stuff connect all these piers. I think it would be pretty cool. Alright, so what would I put on this boardwalk and these 3 piers? Well, I'd make it like a family rides section. I would take all the family rides in the park. So everything right here in Kitty Kingdom, everything over here in Planet Snoopy, and then everything that's over here in Camp Snoopy. I would take all the family rides and all of the kiddie rides and stick them all on the boardwalk and piers. Alright, so next thing I would do is I would move the picnic area from over here by Blue Streak to right here on the beach. I just think it would be a much nicer picnic area. And there's also a reason why I'm going to move that picnic area, because I'm going to move Wicked Twister from its current location right here down to right up next to Blue Streak right here. I think this would be a perfect place for it, and you wouldn't have to get rid of Wicked Twister. You can just move it to somewhere else in the park, and this is where I would put it. Alright, so next thing I would do is take all the games of skill that are right here in this building, along with Johnny Rockets. So this whole building, this L-shaped building, I'd move all the games of skill to the boardwalk and the piers. Alright, so what I would like to do is, if you can't tell, is I would like to make this whole section right here kind of a family area. Alright, I think that's one thing that Cedar Point really misses. There aren't a ton of things for families to do that might include like the biggest thrill seekers down to, you know, smaller kids. You don't really have a lot of things in this park for the whole family to enjoy. And I would try to create this whole area right here, along with the boardwalk and the piers, as a whole big family area. And the biggest attraction in this family area would be this perfect family ride that I'm going to put right here. Kind of like a Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure that you'd find at Universal. Heavily themed, perfect family ride. You could use this building. I'm going to take the arcade also and put it over here on the boardwalk. But you could use this building as a station, and you could also use it, you know, as a drop track or something like that. But I mean, the major attraction in this area would be this family ride. Alright, and what I just said, I would take the arcade and move it over here. I kind of got ahead of myself there. Alright, next thing I would do is I would try to put a new generation mine train in this area too, made by Vekoma. Alright, something like the Colorado Adventure at Phantasialand in Germany. Okay, pretty good theming and just a new generation, smooth, you know, nice smooth family mine ride. Because Cedar Creek is just getting old and it's not very exciting theming wise or just thrill wise. So I would remove that ride and then I'd build a new family mine ride kind of right in this area, and it could interact with the other family ride, the Hagrid's ride. So we'd have two more roller coasters in this area right here. Alright, so the next thing I would do is I would move Skyhawk from Frontier Town to right here on the boardwalk. I think it's the perfect kind of ride that should be over water. I mean, I just think that's the perfect kind of place for a ride like that. Alright, next thing I would do, I'd have some kind of family wooden roller coaster that goes along the boardwalk, and it would be kind of like a Kentucky Flyer family wood coaster. And you know, you could start it right here, and it could go along. Remember, Wicked Twister's not going to be here. It can go along the beach, kind of turn around and come back. You know, a nice little family wooden roller coaster. Alright, and then so the next thing I would do is I think each pier would be anchored by its own family roller coaster. So the first one could be one of those inverted Vekoma family coasters, like the one that they just built at Dollywood, or the one that they have at the Fun Spots in Florida. Alright, Pier 2 could have kind of a launched family roller coaster. And then Pier 3, a spinning family coaster. Maybe something like Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Alright, so that's what kind of this area would look like. You know, nice boardwalk, piers, and just a perfect kind of family area right here at this part of Cedar Point. So now we're going to go up here to Frontier Town and then kind of work our way back down the park for the other changes I would make. So the first one is that I would put a record-breaking Mack Rides water coaster in this area. Obviously, Cedar Creek Mine Ride is going to be gone. Skyhawk is going to go over by the boardwalk, and I would get rid of Snake River Falls to make room for this record-breaking Mack water coaster. It could break, you know, whatever record, speed, height. Could have a cool elevator lift, a couple splashdowns, and then it would end with a huge splashdown that would get you soaked. I think that would be an awesome ride to put in this area. Next, obviously, large scale Woody. So I would remove these antique cars, and I would put a large scale Woody. It could interact with the water coaster a little bit, or it could just go out and back, maybe all the way out to the road and back, or maybe even farther. It could go over the road, and it could go over to where this hotel used to be. I don't know, but I would put a large scale Woody, over 200 feet, right in this area, right in Frontier Town. Next up, so remember, we got rid of all these rides and all these attractions that are right here. They're all on the boardwalk, making this a perfect spot for obviously another coaster. And I did some measurements, and I found out that a ride like X2 from Six Flags Magic Mountain could fit perfectly right here in this spot. And obviously, Ajaneka also could fit in this spot from Japan. So what I would put here is a 300-foot 4D X2-like coaster by S&S. Obviously, it would be the tallest of its kind, and I mean, X2's drop is unbelievable. It's one of the best drops, and if you made that 300 feet, oof, I mean, that would just be an awesome coaster. That would go right here. Alright, so next up, we come down to the area right here where Corkscrew is. I would get rid of Corkscrew. I mean, obviously, it's a great traditional coaster, but I think it's had its better days. I think it's time to remove it. And if you remove Corkscrew, obviously what you have to put here is another record-breaking looping coaster. So I'd put a coaster here that would break the inversion record. That's held by the Smiler at Alton Towers. I'd break that record with a coaster that would go right here on the same plot of land where Corkscrew broke the inversion record when it was built. And I think that would be a great addition to this plot of land, and a great way to pay homage to that plot of land. So that's what I would do there. Now I would also get rid of Power Tower, and I would put a Falcon's Fury like drop tower on the boardwalk. I know that might necessarily not be a family ride because that's kind of a scary ride, but I just think, again, the perfect place to put something like that is next to water, because that just makes it more thrilling. Alright, so the next thing that I would do is to remove Iron Dragon. With the Vekoma family suspended coaster going on one of the piers, I think obviously we wouldn't need Iron Dragon anymore. And I would replace it with a Mack Rides spinning launch coaster like Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. The plot of land is perfect for that. You go over water, go in between trees while spinning. I think that would be an awesome coaster for that plot of land. Alright, next up, the compact wooden roller coaster. Now, where would it go? Well, it would go right here where the dorms used to be. I would reroute the road to go around it, like so. And the compact wooden roller coaster by Houston, the Boardwalk Bullet, would fit in this area easily. So, maybe Cedar Points could be a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. But I think it would be nice to have kind of a middle of the road wooden roller coaster too, between Blue Streak and the large scale Woody that would go in Frontier Town. So this would be kind of your compact wooden roller coaster, kind of like Boardwalk Bullet down in the Houston area. All right, so I think that's it. I think those are all of the roller coasters that I would add, and those are the changes I would make. Obviously, I'd like to have some more thrilling flat rides, but I'm not going to go over that. This is just all about the roller coasters, and the big thing is this boardwalk pier area that I would just love. And I really think, if anything on my list I think this whole family section right here will be what I would want Cedar Point to do next, because I think that's something that Cedar Point is missing, and I think that's would be a great addition to the park. All right, so that's it. Remember about the giveaway. Subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment on this video. You're automatically entered into the giveaway for a free t-shirt from Cedar Point. The drawing for the winner will take place May 7th. Good luck for that. Good luck on that. And hope you have a good day. This is another video from the Coaster Cafe. And have a good one. Bye-bye.